What is up, my esteemed bastards? It is your hostess with the mostest that helps you get the mostest out of your FPS game. The one, the only, the legendary Blixt YT. And today we are going to be covering microshot tips. Microshot is a very good flicking based scenario, and it is something that can help improve your aim drastically in a very short period of time compared to other tasks such as the often very flamboyant but really honestly useless grid shot. So your main two tasks that you should be really grinding in Aimlab to want to improve your FPS game and get yourself as up there, sharpened, and just ready to go in and frag motherfuckers is reactive track in the tracking section and micro shot speed, which I am playing right here. And as you can see, after a while, it really just makes your flicks absolutely crack, dude. Like, there is just no way to get around it. As you can see right here, this is actually a fairly slow run for me, and there really is a night and day difference between my aim only 2 months ago when I was just barely dabbling in Aimlab to try and, use it as a way of, oh, okay, I'm just going to see, I'm going to dabble, I'm going to play in this. Once I actually began putting effort into Aimlab and actually wanting to improve my aim, this was the task that ended up seeing my flicks go from something that was embarrassing enough to where I wanted to Alt F4 and proceed to toss my PC in the trash can to I'm getting accusations probably every other match. And the other important task, in my opinion, the second most important task in Aimlab, of course, is this task, reactive tracking. Unlike strafe track or unlike strafe shot, which they only move in a horizontal pattern left to right, strafe track actually doesn't mimic one-for-one human player, but its erraticism and its tendency to bounce around will actually help you learn to get very good tracking, even though in the beginning it is going to be very daunting. But as you can see here, this is also a task that I have put a lot of time into. So yeah, this is basically the task you want to focus on for your tracking. Don't really worry about your rank. Rank is mainly something used by a lot of people as kind of a clout system. And I know a lot of you guys are people that are looking to get better. And if you're looking to get better, you don't need to worry about, putting yourself up against the top tier, the Grandmaster ones, the people that have quote unquote beaten Aimlab. You don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about in the moment is trying to beat your highest score every time you play this task. Just focus on these two tasks in particular and throw in, some spider shots, some reflex shots, some microflex in as well to help give yourself, something to break up the monotony. And this is mainly what has helped me see improvements within my aim. And as you guys know, I am here to help you guys get better. I'm not one of the YouTubers that sits and, I'll sit and grind for hours on end just so I can keep this knowledge secret so I can hoard it over my followers. So they sit and drool, oh man, how do I get aim like that? How do I get aim like that? No, I'm not like that. I want to share with my community and do what a community should. Come together and exchange information and ideas. I don't want to be, put on some kind of silver pedestal. If somebody is able to take the advice I give and go farther than I have or go farther than I am right now, great, absolutely fantastic. I am so happy for you that you can have no idea. And that is something that has always frustrated me, especially with some of the higher end YouTubers of they'll give these enigmatic answers, they'll give these rhetorical questions of, well, what do you think aim is? When they'd never really answered the fucking question to begin with. And it's something that has always kind of not really hurt my feelings in a sense of, somebody rejected a gift from you, but it really kind of hurt me to see that a community and especially a content creator is willing to hold this information hostage and to keep people from being able to improve in their own game versus risking, oh, they're better than you, so now they're going to quit watching you, so you're going to make sure that they only stay mediocre. Why? Why? You should be happy that they're able to take the advice that you've given them with your tips and tricks, as they used to call it in the Call of Duty community. You should be proud that, your little children are spreading their wings, and that's how I feel for you guys. Don't think for a second that I would be, upset or, salty that, oh yeah, one of my followers actually has better aim than me right now for the time being because he followed my advice. No. I'm going to be absolutely over the moon. Send me your link to your socials, man. And that's mainly how I see it. The Blix community, we are a family. We are an exchange of ideas, and we are an exchange of information. I don't believe in hoarding any sort of information or wealth to yourself. You should always be willing to exchange that with your community and with your family, and I consider you guys the fam. Like, you guys are literally what makes everything happen for me. And even though this is a live comm, and even though I'm getting, a little bit distracted, and I'm scroll braining, ADHD brain, I just want you guys to know that these are the two best scenarios to sit and grind if you want that quote-unquote near instant noticeability with your aim. Because they are the most practical for me, in my opinion, for FPS games, especially Battlefield and Call of Duty, which are my two main shooters, as well as Apex Legends. Now, playing things like Six Shot and playing those really creative but kind of weird scenarios that people make up, they can help, but these two are just so practical, and even though they are simplistic in a way compared to some of the more advanced tasks that they have out there now due to the Creator Studio, which is amazing, and the community has pulled together and done some absolutely incredible things with that. And I am so happy for this community, and I'm so happy for the attention and the sheer traction that Aimlab has gotten in this short period of time. And it's really something incredible that I am absolutely ecstatic to see. Oh, we got some lag. Unfortunately, guys, I am running on a very old GPU. I am running on an R9 380, and here I am bringing you guys content, so take everything I also say with a pinch of salt, because even at sometimes my hardware will sit and look at me and say, you know what, you've ingrained it in your muscle memory, but GPU say fuck you. And that's something that really sucks, but hopefully soon we'll be able to upgrade to a 3060 or a 3060 Ti, whichever, shows itself first, that I'm not going to have to sacrifice an eye, a left nut, and potentially a few fingers along with it. But once I get a more workhorse GPU, you guys can absolutely expect daily streams, daily content uploads. Even if it may not be a video on the YouTube channel, I will be streaming either on Twitch or uploading to my Instagram or my Snapchat. So you guys will always have some kind of content coming out, so you guys never have to be starved of content, because your boy is here to fill them noggins with knowledge. May not be practical knowledge according to the boomers because it's, you know, it's FPS gaming knowledge, but still knowledge nonetheless, and knowledge is always good to have. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, you know what I mean? And another skill that is actually very important for FPSs like Battlefield and Call of Duty in particular, Battlefield actually leans heavily upon this skill, which fortunately is actually a combination of flicking and tracking, which is why I say these two tasks will be able to help you see improvement quite rapidly, is target switching. Which, of course, as we know, target switching is the ability to flick and then track one enemy, flick to another, track them until they're taken out. And it's basically, yeah, it's the love child of flicking and tracking. And if we could find it. Ah, here we go, switch track. Had the wrong name. I am absolute goober. This is another very, very good scenario to use, especially throwing it in there with the reactive track and the micro flicking. And I apologize if the scores show up as 0. I am currently recording this offline because my internet decided to pull a Kurt Cobain, unfortunately. But here I am recording this video at 5:30 in the morning to bring you guys content as soon as it goes back up, because I love you guys that much. So as we can see here, target switching is a skill that honestly I need some more work on. I have a very bad habit of pulling off too early. Or that's what she said. Now, target switching can be kind of a pain a little bit, but as long as you have good flicking and good tracking, as long as you're willing to put in the practice, target switching should come to you like second nature. It's just something that I have not put a lot of time into, and it's not a task that I have really played all that much. Even on my online profile, I haven't really played this task that much. I mainly use target switching tasks for Kovacs. I think they have some better target switching scenarios, in my opinion. But this is it's an okay, it's an okay target switching scenario, and unfortunately, as we can see, I am not very good with target switching, but I am good at both flicking and tracking combined. And we are going to round out the video by going back to the, oh, I actually picked the wrong task, micro shot ultimate. Stupid me, we want micro shot speed. And something I know a lot of people are going to comment about that I just want to sit and, you know, just clear the water, per se, is a lot of people will ask, you know, oh, why do you use the 100 Thieves blaster? Do you use it so you can get a cheap advantage, or do you use it because it's glitched? It was glitched, yet, however, I believe they have fixed it, and the honest reason that I use the 100 Thieves blaster is simply for the tracer. And for the fact of when I first started playing Aimlabs, even though I have my weapon turned off, I didn't like the idea of using a pistol. I saw the rifle that was a semi-automatic rifle, and I said, ooh, 100 Thieves, also nostalgia trip. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. I use it for literally no other reason than for the aesthetic. Lagging a little bit, Daisy. I would say that I have earned my tag on YouTube at this point, which if anybody would like to know, and this is just some casual chatting with you guys and some casual live commentary, my name, Blixt, is actually Old Norse for flash, or can also be interchangeable with lightning. And as you guys know, or will know, or do know, I am a devout Norse pagan. And Thor is one of my patron gods, and when I created my YouTube channel, that was one, a way to honor him, and two, kind of a little, nod toward my skill, I guess, being a little bit cocky to get that YouTube ego a little bit, but I think it does fit. But you guys have a wonderful day. You stay loved, you stay blessed, and may the gods shine on you always. Blixt out.